Imagine two teams battling it out all season, finishing with identical win-loss records, both equally deserving of that coveted playoff spot. How do we decide who gets in? It is a thrilling moment in fantasy football, full of anticipation. Yes, head-to-head tiebreakers are very common in fantasy football playoffs. Most fantasy football leagues, especially those using standard settings, will use the head-to-head record between tied teams as the primary method to determine who advances. The reason for this prevalence is deeply rooted in principles of fairness and league engagement. Think about it. When two teams compete directly against each other during the regular season, that head-to-head matchup creates a very tangible record. It shows who truly performed better in that specific direct rivalry. This isn't just about total points gathered over the entire season. It is about who came out on top when they faced off. This approach rewards direct competition and elevates the importance of every single regular season game, making each week's outcome feel more impactful. It is often seen as a more direct, and ultimately more satisfying, way to break a tie than solely relying on abstract metrics like overall total points, which might not always reflected the intensity of a direct rivalry. League commissioners and managers tend to prefer head-to-head tiebreakers because they honor the competitive spirit that fantasy football is built upon, pushing managers to pay close attention to every game, not just their overall score or rank. Furthermore, it provides a very clear, easily understood rule that effectively minimizes disputes and ensures the focus remains squarely on the on-field performance of their fantasy players. It streamlines the playoff qualification process, making it less ambiguous and more focused on real game outcomes. To check your league's specific tiebreaker rules, you will need to navigate to your league settings or rules section on your chosen fantasy football platform. Every platform has a dedicated area for this, often labeled as playoff rules, league settings, or even scoring rules. Within this section, your league commissioner will have meticulously set up the specific order of tie-breaking criteria. It is absolutely crucial to familiarize yourself with these rules well before the playoff picture starts to take shape. Knowing them inside and out means you are never caught by surprise during the high-stakes playoff race and can even make informed strategic decisions in the final weeks of the regular season. Beyond the widely used head-to-head record, some leagues incorporate additional layers of tie-breaking complexity. For instance, many leagues will use total points scored for the entire season as a secondary tiebreaker, ensuring that a high-scoring team still has a path to the playoffs even if their head-to-head record against a specific opponent was split. A fascinating, though less common, tiebreaker can be a team's record against common opponents, which adds another level of strategic depth, forcing managers to consider their performance across a shared schedule. Understanding these subtle rule variations and their specific order in your league can genuinely give you a significant strategic edge. It allows you to tailor your roster decisions, player acquisitions, and weekly matchup strategies with these potential tie-breaking scenarios firmly in mind, especially as the season winds down. So, armed with the knowledge that head-to-head records are typically the most common and often the first criteria in playoff tie-breaking scenarios, you are now empowered to approach your entire regular season with a heightened sense of purpose. Every single matchup truly counts, particularly those against teams vying for similar playoff positions. By understanding these foundational rules and how they influence your league's postseason, you are not just passively playing fantasy football. You are actively and strategically navigating the complex yet thrilling path to a championship. This preparation ensures you are always ready, confident, and perhaps most importantly, one crucial step ahead of your competition.